Lately, I've been having something that you could call a crisis of meaning, or you could say, I'm just having like a oeuvre problem. It's just a pretentious word to say, I don't know what any of my work means collectively. Like, what would come to mind? Right now, for me, like, I can think of a few things, but I feel like I'm still struggling to find, I guess you could say, like a focus. I put out Convergence, which was a street photography book, and that was really cool and fun, but ever since then, I've gotten kind of bored of street photography. And maybe it's because I'm not spending as much time in the city as I used to. I've been spending a lot more time around like abstract art, not something I've been into in the past. And I've been struggling to find where it rests within the rest of my portfolio or my like oeuvre or whatever. It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go take some photos here around Capitol Hill. They might be street, they probably won't be. There'll probably be some random textures and stuff, but we never know till we find out. For anybody that cares, I'm shooting my M11 today. I got the 50 Summicron. And yes, for any of you purists out there, a lot of these photos I'm gonna use just the live view. Suck it up, man. I truly have no idea what I'm doing at any point in time. I feel like I've had a lot of success making things that have like a lot more layers to them. Hard to find good layers, if that makes sense. When I'm making this stuff, most of it comes out in the edits. Truly, I don't know until I'm like in Lightroom, just like fucking with the contrast. Oh boy. Like there's fun, like organic shapes and textures and stuff with some graffiti. But like, I don't want it to be like graffiti art, you know? Especially because like, something that's very difficult for me is with photography in general. It's all just shit that exists in the world that I have not made. There's a funny Basquiat quote that I really like.
Real life books, television.
Yeah, and you just skim them and start including...
No, man, when I'm working, I hear them, you know, and I just throw them down.
Oh, yeah? Well, I mean, things like Punic Wars, I remember that was in one of your...
Oh, that was from a guidebook on Roman history. History of Rome in 5 pages, you know?
And so you snatched a few words from it.
I didn't snatch them, you know?
They caught your...
They caught my eye, and I took them.
And for some reason, that's like really stuck with me with a lot of this style of photography is like, I'm just going around and I'm taking things. Because like, none of it's mine. This building isn't mine. That graffiti isn't mine. I didn't plant these trees. I'm just like taking it, you know? And I don't know if that's necessarily like the same thing as like when people say making a photograph. Like I think you can take and make a photograph at the same time. But I don't know, it's hard knowing what any of this is about. I don't know, whatever. I say I don't know a lot, but truly I don't know. My life has been forever altered by this one time that I saw a tweet, and it just says, people be saying things so definitively. Like, man, I don't know, I think it depends. Ruined me. That ruined me. So anyways, I like this random X, and it might suck. I love having a 50 on a camera with a lot of megapixels too, because I'm such an insane cropper. Like, some people are absolute purists and they're like, no, you need to use the full frame. Fuck that shit. Like, when I say like taking things like Basquiat says, it's like, I'll see something way far away, and as long as I know that I can hit focus, I'll take a picture of it and I'll crop in super far. Like, I don't care. All that matters is that I get the picture. Once you get past 50 millimeters and you start getting more distortion from it being a wide angle, I don't love that as much. Maybe I'll get a 28 at some point, but like, I don't know. I enjoy that 50 is, you know, the focal length of your eye or whatever. But it's like more than that to me. It's just like, I've been using a 50 millimeter for like 7 years. And so I just walk around and I see the world in terms of what I could get on a 50. And like, I don't know if that's something I'd ever be willing to give up, you know? Like, I won't lie, this shit feels really stupid a lot of the time. I don't know, I don't want to let it get in the way of just like seeing what I can get. Because, I don't know, especially now that I'm shooting digital again and not film, it's like, who cares? You know, I'll delete the files if they suck. By no means is what I'm doing right now like any form of like teaching, because I'm learning as much as anybody right now. But like if I were to give tips for like getting started in abstract photography, I mean, look for textures. It's fun looking for textures. The best way that I could put it, which doesn't even really make sense, is when I'm taking photos like this, I'm walking around looking for things that don't look like anything. So you look for texture, you look for any form of like repetition or whatever. You look for good light, because that's where you're gonna get really strong contrast in your images. I really wanna utilize this light somehow, but also, at least to me, like, brick is too recognizable. It doesn't matter. Take the photo regardless. Oh, and that's fun. There's a dog in that window. I don't have anything to say about this other than it's just Saint Rat, and I love him. Why not? Dude, I'm pissed. I've been walking around all day dressed up like Timothée Chalamet from that one movie about the music guy, and nobody said a thing. At the end of the day, with this abstract stuff, I don't really know what my goal is. A lot of it is just kind of in the nature of experimentation and trying new things and seeing where it leads me. If I were to add on to it, if I were to make it into a project, I think it would require more, I don't know, like fleshing out an actual idea or a concept. I'm having fun with it. I hope the photos are at least somewhat interesting, and I'm interested to see what I'm able to get more of in the future. It's been fun being out today. It's fucking cold, and I'm ready to go home. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.